How's it going, guys? Today, we're going to be talking about Barbas, the talking Daedric dog. Should you kill him, or should you not? Now, before this video begins, I want to quickly say that there is going to be spoilers for the quest, A Daedra's Best Friend. So if you haven't completed that quest, and you don't want to be spoiled, just click off the video now. But if you don't care, then keep watching. So, to give you guys a bit of context, Barbas, like I said, is the Daedric talking dog. So when you first come to Falkreath at about level 10, one of the guards will come up to you and he'll say, "Have you seen a dog on the road? The blacksmith wants to know." And then you talk to the blacksmith and he gives you a treat to help lure the dog out. Because, you know, the blacksmith wants a pet dog. This starts out as kind of an innocent kind of fetch quest, but when you actually go to the road and you go find the dog, it turns out he's an immortal, talking, annoying dog. He's a little bit annoying. And so he'll take you to his master Clavicus Vile, which is a, lord who's basically the lord of dealing and also kind of deceit. You know, he's like, you guys know that genie, like that kind of thought experiment of the genie who grants you a wish, but the wish isn't exactly what you wanted, but it does technically fulfill the wish that you wanted. Kind of like that. He's kind of like a prick in a way. So, anyways, Clavicus Vile, his power is weakened by the fact that his dog, Barbas, kind of left him and took off on his own. And so Clavicus Vile wants you to get the Rueful Axe, which is an axe that is it's like his signature axe, I suppose. He wants you to get the Rueful Axe, bring it back to him, kill Barbas, and then you can keep the axe as a reward. Now, there's a few important moving parts in this, in this theoretical question. So let me start off first with, should you kill Barbas? Yes or no? So if you do kill Barbas, you do, as I said, you do get granted the Rueful Axe. Now, the Rueful Axe is a battle axe, a two-handed axe, that does 22 damage. It has a base damage of 22, it has a base value of 500, and it does 20 points of stamina damage. Now, you can upgrade it if you have the Arcane Enchanter perk, however, it's going to cost you an Ebony Ingot. So the base damage of 22 is pretty interesting to me, because that actually is on par with glass battle axes, not ebony. Ebony battle axes have a base damage of 23, glass battle axes have a base damage of 22, so it's sort of like a mid-late game axe, like it's equivalent to a mid-late game axe, but the enchantment drags it down pretty heavily, because that's a pretty bad enchantment. It's not even absorb stamina damage, it just does stamina damage, and it's only 20. So, okay, the Rueful Axe, in my opinion, is really, really bad. It is a Daedric artifact, though, so if you want to collect Daedric artifacts, then, you probably would want this. However, if you choose not to kill Barbas, and instead you return him to Clavicus Vile, what ends up happening is instead of getting the Rueful Axe as a reward, you will be granted the Mask of Clavicus Vile, which is a heavy armor helmet with a base armor rating of 23, which is pretty dang good. However, the main benefit of the Mask of Clavicus Vile is that it has the enchantment, prices are 20% better, and your speech is increased by 10 points. So if your speech is level 50, but you equip this, it will be level 60. It also has a weird side enchantment that gives you 5% magicka regeneration, which I think is very unfitting, because, why would you have 5% magicka regen? 5% is nothing. Kind of makes no sense to me. But the main draw of the mask is the 20% better prices. Now, it basically becomes a decision of which one you want. Do you want the Mask of Clavicus Vile, or do you want the Rueful Axe? Actually, there is a third option. The third option is to not even complete the quest at all. So I'm sure you guys are familiar with the fact that in Skyrim, if you're given a follower who is assigned to follow you due to a quest, for example, in the Companions, when Farkas goes with you to Dustman's Cairn, Farkas will be your follower for that quest. However, if you don't do the quest immediately, he will follow you permanently. So Barbas is actually similar in this way, that if you don't actually complete the Daedra's Best Friend quest, Barbas will never leave your side, and as I said, he's an immortal dog. So basically, he's the perfect tank, because he's faster than you for one, so once you get into combat, he's gonna run straight into combat, and he's gonna start biting the enemies, which he doesn't do much damage, I'll admit. He does no damage pretty much, but he does a little bit. He's basically like, he does like the same damage as a follower with like a steel dagger or something. So not that much damage, but he would never die. So he pretty much just endlessly tanks for you, and that has immense benefit, as you could imagine, as well as the fact that he does damage, making it easier to kill the more difficult enemies. So, from my perspective, if you want to complete the quest, what you should do is you should not kill Barbas. The reason is the rueful axe, I'm gonna be completely blunt, it sucks ass. It sucks donkey dick, bro. It's so bad. It has a base damage of 22, which is okay. Like, if you do this quest pretty early on, that's a solid battle axe. But specifically for me, I almost never use battle axes. If I do want to use two-handed weapons, I pretty much exclusively go for great swords, because great swords are just way better in almost every way. So having a battle axe that doesn't do much damage and it has a shit enchantment, personally, that's not a good option at all. So if you want to complete the quest, do not kill the Barbas. Simply return him to Clavicus Vial and get the mask, which has the 20% better prices thing. Personally, I don't actually ever use it that much. I always forget that I have it, but if you're not as stupid as me and you actually use it, that will benefit you greatly for the rest of your playthrough. Like, that's, like, if you end up making $100,000 in the next, like, I don't know, few weeks of playing the game, but you have the mask equipped when you sell everything, that's $120,000 rather than 120, just a regular 100. So, like, having the extra 20% is invaluable. It's so good. It's so important, especially if you actually make sure to use it, like you're very diligent about it. And if you stack it on top of other things, like getting the perk in the speech tree that increases your prices by 10%, then you have a nice 30% increase, which is really good. As well as the fact that having that bit where it increases your speechcraft by 10, that also makes it easier to persuade people, bribe people, intimidate people. So that just has its own natural benefits as well. Personally, my favorite option is to not even complete the quest. My favorite option is to just keep Barbas as my permanent pet. Yeah, he does get annoying because he blocks the way a lot of the time, and he barks a lot, and he talks a lot, and he's annoying in that way. But I think putting up with an annoying dog who will permanently tank for me, and he will basically make it really easy to kill Draugr Deathlords, Bandit Chiefs, Giants, everything like that. Having someone like that by my side permanently, who will never die, and he does good damage, that's way more valuable than 20% better prices or some shitty ass. So, my final conclusion: if you care about being a completionist, you should complete the quest, but you should not kill him. That way you get the mask, which gives you more money. However, if you don't care necessarily about actually beating the quest at all, just don't bring him back. Just don't complete the quest, let him be by your side, and let him just be OP as fuck. I think that's without a doubt the best option you can take. And yeah, with that being said, we're going to end the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments if you agree or if you disagree, and I'll see you guys all next time. Stay awesome as always, and peace out.